Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Evgeniy. I'm CEO and CTO of Cypher, also a co-founder. So who we are? We are a payment institution. So for those who are not familiar with that, so actually it's like a bank. So in bank you have like three main functions: credit, deposits, and payment and exchange operations. So our payment institution actually has a license and allowed to do operations, exchange and payment operations. Our big purpose, our main goal as a company, so we make cryptocurrencies accessible for wide audience of people who are not crypto geeks. So, and right now, I mean, yes, it used to be really like the interest of crypto enthusiasts, but now we see like the CEO of Binance or Binance that exchange, they say like they have about 200,000 new registrations like over the course of few days, and actually it's like enormous amount of people who don't have technical skills, who don't have any I don't know, special skills. They want to enter cryptocurrency market, and they want to, and actually normally they have like a number of issues. Then they do that. So we have two big segments, I would say. So the first segment actually is individuals. So it's people who are exceptional at what they do, but they simply just don't, have IT, security, or crypto skills. So actually, they are, 80% of our, main focus actually it's Western Europe. So actually, it's people here. It's upper half of the middle class segment and net worth individuals. Second big segment actually is businesses, it's companies. We have like two subsets. The first one is company A. Actually, it's just a company who do, just any kind of operations, and they want to buy or accept cryptocurrencies. So they want to buy, then want to diversify their portfolio and buy and hold, or they just want to buy them for use in another services. Another type of companies, the companies who have cryptocurrencies. So the best example is actually companies after ICO. And so they raised money, and now they need to start operations. So they need to pay for renting the office, they need to pay salaries, they need to pay to their suppliers, and they need to convert the cryptocurrencies to fiat currencies. And that's right now actually quite a big issue. So what we offer. So actually, the name of our presentation is like one account for all for currencies and cryptocurrencies. So we offer accounts with IBANs for cryptocurrencies and fiat currencies in one place. You can see them on the screen. And normally, the biggest problem for people who want to buy cryptocurrency, for example, Bitcoin, is the first one is how to buy with a good exchange rate. And the second problem is where to store it and how to use it. And we are solving all of the three problems. So we offer, actually this is the example this is the screenshot of our online banking. We also have mobile banking. So the idea is that finally the accounts for example, in Bitcoin will look exactly the same for customers and behave exactly the same as accounts for example, US dollars or for euro. So actually we're bringing the best from the banking experience to cryptocurrency world. So, and actually this is the front end, this is the customer-facing side. To be able to do that, so we just remove all interactions, all complexity which is normally associated with our cryptocurrency keys. We completely remove it from customer side to our side. So actually it's under our hood. Actually this is the logical diagram of our system. So we have a core banking as our heart of our system. We have our accounts as I said, in two types of currencies. So customers can top up their accounts using the existing Visa or MasterCard of any bank. They can do wire transfer using SEPA or SWIFT, just like in few clicks and like in a few minutes or probably few hours, depends on your bank. Also, we have our connection to blockchain payments as a normal blockchain system, blockchain wallet. And we also have a card, Cypher card, which is MasterCard, which you can link to cryptocurrency account or to your existing currency, or regular currency account. So to be able to, to provide that security storage and just provide, what we can offer as a value propositions. So this is the, again, diagram which explains how we work. So again, we have a core of our system, which is core banking. As a licensed payment institution, we have to store our customers' money on safeguarding accounts. So unlike the many other services, so they normally they don't have any specific requirements. So they keep their money on the same account with their own money, and actually nobody really looking after that. We keep that separate because we have to do that, and also the keys they are stored in our crypto vault, which we developed. I'll tell you about that on the next slide. We also have connections to blockchain. Currently, we support Bitcoin, Ethereum, and we have a list of other cryptocurrencies to support. And the idea is, so if you want to buy, for example, 1 Bitcoin, you transfer, using your existing bank, you transfer 11,000 euro using SEPA to our bank account. So then you just go to exchange section of our online bank or mobile bank, and then you just click yes, I want to exchange. What we do in that case, we just see if there is another order, for example, for selling Bitcoin. If there is no such an order, so we go to one of exchanges and buy. So find the best rate, because as we know, so there is arbitrage between different exchanges. So in December, it was, I spotted it was $1,500 or even $2,000 was the difference between exchange rates on different exchanges. So we find you the best rate in that moment, and because we have actually we have a corporate accounts on a number of exchanges. So we have our liquidity, we have our fiat money there, we have our cryptocurrencies there. So in real time, we buy you we buy you that Bitcoin with the best possible rate available on a number of exchanges which we are working with. And actually, for some of our customers, it won't be even including our commission, it still will be better than the option they have to buy by themselves, because they don't have to keep the fiat money on a number of exchanges. So in the same time, they just do they go through KYC procedure just once, with Cypher, and they have that variety of options with exchanges. Talking about one of the biggest problems with I would say with cryptocurrencies for normal people is what to do with the keys, because the biggest problem with the keys is so okay, you have a Bitcoin, now you need to store it somewhere, and that's the issue. So you can download Bitcoin Core or whatever wallet, and you download all the Ledger, and in that case, yes, you have full control of your keys. But in that moment, once you decided that, you became IT and security administrator of your funds which you possess. Or you can, for example, use some online service. But most of the online services, they're not licensed. So you don't really know what's going on there. And in our case, that was the biggest problem, what to do with the keys. So right now we are partnered with Thales Security, which is a leader in banking security. And the idea is that Thales actually, they produce HSMs, so actually it's general purpose HSM. And the idea is that the key is generated inside that hardware device. And that key, according to the architecture, it's not possible to take out the private key from the device. So it's not possible at all. You can only have an access, and to get an access, we have sophisticated system of different smart cards. So different people, particular people, they have to insert, for example, 2 smart cards in one particular place. So actually, it's not really easy even to get an access to the keys. So actually, this is the idea. And even, for example, our system, I came from the security world. And here, and actually in security world, so there is a belief that regardless of how secure a system is, at some point, it can be like compromised, can be hacked. Because the more money you store, the more money you operate, the more you become interesting for attackers. And so there is, of course, there is like target attacks and so on and so on. So finally, you can be like a victim of a target attack. So even in that case, the keys of our customers and our own keys, they're really safe. So because, I mean, yes, our system can be hacked. People can get, attackers can get root access to all our servers, but they still can't get the keys and can't steal the keys. And the third pillar of our system actually is compliance. So yes, we are a licensed payment institution. Currently, we have a license from Czech National Bank. We're in process right now of getting FCA license in the UK. And so the idea is actually what it gives to customers and to us. So we have to provide reports to regulator, and currently, so only fiat part is regulated. But also we decided to be open and transparent, and actually be audited on a regular basis by external audit firm. So actually, on all our infrastructure, IT, security, all our internal processes, risk management, anti-fraud, everything actually has to be audited by external company. So, and also we have the full function KYC as a normal bank. And actually, what we see now, actually what I read in the headlines, in recent headlines, so especially like in Europe, so the cryptocurrencies, they should be regulated somehow. So KYC principles should be applied, and AML also has to be in place. So we do like proper KYC, also AML for fiat currency transactions. And we also do AML monitoring for blockchain. And the biggest problem right now for crypto community, at least what I was told actually, is so companies, they have, as I mentioned in the beginning, so they have Bitcoins or Ethereum, and they need to make it euro, for example. The biggest, I would say, concern for banks is so banks, they don't, most of them, they don't really understand how blockchain works. And I think that all blockchain transactions, they have to be, I don't know, it's like they come from dark web, actually it's like money laundering, and so on and so on. So in our system, our customers don't have an direct access to private keys. Yeah, you can argue that, yes, blockchain is completely about the opposite and so on, but yes, we don't serve all customers, we serve those who wants to be done in that way. So, but in that case, what we can do, we analyze all incoming and actually outgoing blockchain transactions. So we partner with ScoreChain, which is Luxembourg firm, and we also partner with chain analysis. So we do all the blockchain analysis, and we see the source of funds, we see any, like, if it comes from suspicious entities, and actually we do all the possible checks. And what we discovered, that kind of analysis provides much more information than traditional, I would say, payments, or even like a cash. So, and we already talked to, actually we have like agreement with bank, and they are really happy with what we do. With that approach. I still have one and a half minutes. So, and that approach helped us to receive cryptocurrencies from the companies who can explain where did they get it, so they can go through the KYC, they can, explain the source of the funds, and we can convert it to fiat currencies, actually, which is really like a big deal. And just would like to summarize what we offer. So for individuals, we offer two types of accounts, or accounts for two types of currencies in one place. We offer, they can buy Bitcoins or Ethereum in just like a few minutes using the Visa or MasterCard of the existing bank. We provide, I would say, the most secure storage which exists now. Yesterday I listened to some guys, they also use HSM, and I believe that approach is the most secure on the market so far. We also, and another, benefit which we provide, so customers and companies can keep, for example, some amount of money, some portfolio in cryptocurrencies, then we need, they can exchange, like in a few minutes, and pay using wire transfer to their partners, or to pay the bills, transfer money, and so on. For companies, we offer corporate accounts, we offer custodian service for cryptocurrencies, and also some kind of programs for the employees, like payroll programs. That's it.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for Evgeniy.